I want to be very honest with you, because I've come to realize that in my own relationship with God, there are certain things I'm like, I cannot actually go and meet God and tell God this thing. How do I tell God that, oh, I'm still struggling with anger? Because God expects me to be perfect. God expects me to be holy as He is holy. So how do I go meet Him and say, God, I'm angry, I'm dealing with anger, I can easily get angry. Sorry, I'm sweating a lot. I'm easily getting angry. How do I deal with that? So I have to come to understand that God really wants us to have those conversations with Him. God really wants us to come to the place of prayers and say, I am dealing with this weakness. I easily get angry, or I talk a lot. I just talk a lot. I'm a talker. Do you get it? I'm talkative. I can say the things I ought not to say. I can disrespect people with the way I talk. I'm very rude. God really wants you to have those conversations with Him. God really wants you to come there. And this is not just the normal saying that you hear, that God wants you to come just as you are. It's because it's actually the truth. I feel like we find it so difficult to accept that actually God wants us to come just as we are to Him, because He's the one that works in us and makes us what He wants us to be. It's very hard to believe that truth because of certain things we've come to understand of God, or how God has been presented to us, especially from people who are from this is not any shade to any church, but from churches, people who are from churches or backgrounds, Christian backgrounds, where they are extremely conservative, where there is just this fear of God. You must fear God. Yes, that's the beginning of wisdom, but they put fear as the fear we have for man or men. Like when you see them, you run away from them. When you break your mommy's plate, you cannot open your mouth and tell her because she's going to beat you. And that's the fear we've been perceiving, or that's the fear we've been having in the place of reverence for God. The fear the Bible talks is that we should reverence Him. So when we reverence Him, our hearts are willing to do the right things, to love Him, to obey Him, because we see His majesty. We see that we are His creation. We see that we are nothing without God. And so it is in that fear of Him that we are able to bring ourselves to God and say, God, I worship you, and yeah, I want to worship you even more. I want to serve you even more, but I have these flaws. But the fear we have is the fear that when you have a flaw, you run away from God. And that was the same mistake that Adam and Eve had made in the Garden of Eden when they had disobeyed God, and the only thing that was screaming in their ears was to run away